Thanks for checking out our Immersive Learning in Financial Services mini-series. I'm Charlie, and I'll be your host throughout the series. In our first chapter, we're going to tackle the basics. What is immersive learning? Immersive learning is a virtual reality-based learning approach. It's backed by science and offers hands-on practice in a safe but real-world environment. It's not just learning content inside a VR headset. Immersive learning infuses advanced learning principles and data science into every immersive experience for the most impactful and measurable learning. First, let's talk a little bit about VR. When you put on a VR headset, you become completely immersed into a virtual world. The local bank branch, the call center, a corporate office, or any other location where your employees might work. VR captures your full attention because it's complete mental transportation. It forces you to move your body, which helps drive behavioral change by strengthening the brain's connections to translate learning to on-the-job performance. Within the immersive experiences, we can capitalize on best practices for how the brain learns. For example, VR enables real-world practice. It's one thing to read a manual or to watch a video or even to role play. But we found that when financial services employees get the chance to practice the right behaviors, not only do they improve, but they also build confidence in their new skills and overall competency. We're able to use real-world inputs like real customers that look and sound and act just like the ones that you'll see in a real branch. And importantly, VR training is consistent. We've heard from some banks that training from branch to branch is inconsistent. It all depends on the manager. VR standardizes that one-to-one coaching across all locations and employees. Other scientific principles we can capitalize on include immediate feedback, standardization, and repetition, all of which drive home learning and help with knowledge retention. The last part we should talk about in our basics course is data. We can capture 5 different types of VR training data. We all know about usage data, who's using the training, how often, and for how long, and about sentiment data, the open-ended questions that help us understand how learners felt about the experience. Performance data is self-explanatory, but immersive performance data offers a much more complete picture of learners' true knowledge and skills. And that's because we combine it with attention and engagement data, where employees look, how engaged they are, what they do and say, and much more. This data is a major area of difference between traditional training and immersive learning. We can now go beyond usage and right and wrong answers and capture actual insights into employee behavior. Research has shown that employees interact with the virtual world in much the same way that they would interact with the real world. So behavior in VR is indicative of behavior on the job. All of this behavioral data helps us measure and assess workforce skills at an aggregate level, as well as predict performance on the job. The data also helps us prove the business case, which we'll talk about in more detail in the next 3 chapters. In the Resource Center, there are 2 pieces of content that will allow you to go deeper on the info I just shared. One is our blog, What is Immersive Learning and Why Does It Work? And the other is our ebook, The Science Behind VR's Transformative Training Impact. This ebook was written by our Chief Science Officer and in-house cognitive neuroscientist, Michael Casale. In the next chapter, learn about the different applications of immersive learning that are making the biggest impact in financial services today.